Hey, you guys know how we were talking about who's going to win the MVP and people were throwing out Saquon Barkley?
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
Yeah, it's over. Josh Allen will be your MVP. He had his Showtime performance last night, caught a lateral from Amari Cooper, scored a touchdown.
That ended it, huh? The lateral for the touchdown. That was it.
Yeah. You need that moment. You need that stage. You need the snow flurries. And if you're the 49ers,
they clinched the division last night.
It's over.
Think about that. It's over. They're the top of the division. They'll host a home playoff game at a minimum right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not going to say he clinched it. I'm not going to say it's over. I mean, Philly is on a run right now, and Saquon is being Saquon. He did run for over 100. He did have a very timely touchdown. Now, granted, I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about that game.
Unbelievable.
But they're a field goal kicker, which you would never think you'd have to say that for Baltimore, but they were a field goal kicker away from winning that game.
Unbelievable.
Nonetheless,
the fact that you're going to sit here and try and diminish what he's doing.
No, I'm not trying to diminish what he's doing.
One of your home away from home is Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Yes,
and
I like Josh Allen. I like him.
And you're going to try and take this away from him.
Yeah, I like him as a player.
Well, I'm going to take it away because I don't think he's even close to Lamar Jackson this year. Bro,
statistically speaking,
that's what I'm saying.
It would support what you're saying.
Why are you just giving it away to Josh Allen? Because they won last night in primetime?
Yes, in the snow.
What's interesting is
Had
that
a moment.
Dude,
Baltimore
Lamar
lost,
Jackson's
but
thrown for over 3,000 yards so far.
He's dealing, bro.
He's thrown 9 more touchdown passes this year. He leads the league. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, but if
They
Lamar
needed
Jackson
to finish them drives off.
If Lamar Jackson would get into better position on the field, Justin Tucker wouldn't have to settle for those long field goals and miss those. So because of that, by default, I'm going to go with Josh Allen here.
There's a decent chance Lamar's going to pass for close to, because what do they have, like 5 games left? Is that right?
Yeah.
5, yeah.
5 games left. He's going to throw for over 4,000 yards. He's going to sniff 1,000 rushing, because I think, what's he at now, like 600? So maybe he gets over 800. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I realize he won it last year. I realize he's won it enough now where people might be saying, well, you can't give it to him again. Yeah, you can. When he's that, they're a playoff team. They might not win the division with the way Pittsburgh's playing right now, but you can still give it to Lamar Jackson when he's deserving of getting it. He's been phenomenal this year. It just so happens that they've got some kicking issues.
What's crazy is if they don't stop messing around, they're going to miss the playoffs with a pretty decent record. They better stop playing around. They've been too inconsistent.
What do they have to win? 2 more in your mind?
I don't.
10 gets you.
You know what's crazy? The fact that Denver's playing the way that they're playing is scary. It's scary because if Denver keeps playing the way they're playing, and the Chargers keep playing the way they're playing, there's a chance. There's a chance that Baltimore could miss that, because I think they're going to be a wild card. I think the Steelers are going to. I think they're going to run away with it in the North. I think they're going to win it in the North. So now you got to be one of those next level teams. And I don't know that if they don't tighten up, man, they could find themselves sitting at home.
They're going to the playoffs.
I mean, I think so.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
I mean, they're one of the teams I said that can stand up to the Chiefs, but I just think that they're too inconsistent. And It doesn't matter where it comes from, whether it be they were inconsistent on offense this day, or if they were inconsistent on defense this day, or if it was on special teams this day. There's always a reason why the Baltimore Ravens kind of come up short. Now, they got a couple signature wins. They beat Buffalo. Who else did they?
Which is one of the reasons why I think if you're having an MVP debate, and not that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are playing one another, but that does stick out in people's heads.
Sure.
So
he had a game.
Jonas, it's not.
He
over.
had a game against them.
I'll just if you want to know whether or not my words carry weight here on this show,
because DraftKings, odds for MVP.
Jonas wants to go up top. That's all that is.
Listen. When we started the segment, Josh Allen was a -175 to win MVP. He's now -210.
I mean, Jonas did bring up race being involved with
That's
the race.
Right. That is correct.
MVP.
And up top.
So, Jonas, you're saying the NFL is racist if Lamar Jackson doesn't win it?
That's exactly what he's saying.
No, because he won it. He's already won it twice.
Jonas believes there is reverse racism.
Jonas.
Yes.
By the way, what a reckless thing to say. That would only be acceptable on this show. Our co-host believes in reverse racism. You imagine?
You do.
You imagine that happening anywhere else? Yeah. So,
in all seriousness, though, if we're having a debate about it, there's three names: Saquon, Lamar, Josh Allen.
Yep.
And I think in order to win it, could you really give it to Josh Allen, even though he could be statistically behind Lamar Jackson in every single category? I mean, I guess Defensive Player of the Year went to Myles Garrett last year, and T.J. Watt had 5 sacks more.
Yeah. I think it could, because I think that if you're looking at team success, I think that could play a part in it, possibly, up top.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to make the case because of that. I'm making the case because, if I'm looking at Josh Allen, this was a team that, I made it very clear. I thought they had hit their ceiling, and I've said it. I had no idea that they would turn out to be this might be their best year. This might be the year that they are the better team out of any of the teams that Josh Allen has been on. And maybe it's because of one thing or another departure. Maybe it's addition by subtraction. I don't really know what it is, but I would say the balance in which this team, because Cook was cooking yesterday. I would say the balance of this team this year is very high, and I would say that Josh Allen is the catalyst of that. So if I'm not going to base it purely off of stats, this probably would be the year that Josh Allen would be the guy to win the award.
I mean, would you guys feel if you had better stats, but you watched someone else win the award? Wouldn't you feel a little bit like you're cheated from it?
Of course.
I mean,
it would be like the sales guy in our group who was like second or third getting the bonus.
You're like,
wait a second. I was more productive this year. Like I sold more than this guy. Why is that guy getting the extra money?
But I would also say it's not always about the stats.
Well, when you let humans vote on an award and it's not numbers based, this is how this happens.
Because everything isn't going to be. Statistically speaking, yes, if somebody has the best stats, you could argue that they're the best player.
That's why.
But I don't think that that's always the case. I don't think always the best player has the best stats.
It's why when Todd Furman was arguing against Travis Hunter, it's like, hold on, dude, you got it. Like, there's more than just the numbers. Like the story being told there with Travis Hunter is he's the best all-around player in college football.
Well, the problem with Todd's debate was he's making it the NFL MVP, which is not what the Heisman is, and that's the problem with it. And if you go back through like the NFL MVP winners since 1990 who are non-quarterbacks, like Thurman Thomas won it, Emmitt Smith won it, Barry Sanders won it. That was back Terrell Davis. That was back all in the 90s. Like. Since 2000, it's been Marshall Faulk, who was part of the greatest show on turf. Sean Alexander, who had that record-setting year where he had like 27 touchdowns, like over 1,800 yards, whatever it was. LT won it like the next year, I think, right? As he kind of went over top of that. Then Adrian Peterson in 2012. That's it. It'll be going on, 13 years since we've had a non-quarterback win the MVP award. And obviously the game has changed dramatically since then.